This is part 2 of the WWF SmackDown Just Bring It review. Make sure you watched part 1. Here we have some one-on-one gameplay. The mechanics for this game are basically the same as the first two. One reversal button, which is a square, and all the moves go off a grapple. This is new. You can actually go into the crowd. There's a box in there for an object, or you can fight in there. I still have the ring count on now. Now you have a referee, as you can see, and annoying commentary. Yes, this is the first game that we get commentary, but a lot of people were very disappointed and ended up turning it off because it's so annoying and poorly done. Graphics, you can tell, are way better than SmackDown 2. Everything's nice and smooth. Obviously a PlayStation 2 game. I noticed a lot more reversing from the AI, even on all the different difficulties. In this game there seems to be a lot more reversing. Oh, and if you can tell, I unlocked the new SmackDown set through the Slobber Knocker today, after I did the first part of the review. So that's why I'm using the new Fist Arena. Arm grab. A lot more diversity of moves in this game. Everything looks really good. Angle slam, this time from the back like it is now in all the other games. The second game that Kurt was actually in, it was a front move, which isn't supposed to be. Ankle lock is now in the game. Actually makes Austin tap out. It's Kurt to win. He does the same winning pose as he did last year. It's like a better character model. Good news for all the Rock fans, they actually fixed the people's elbow problem. The Rock recognizes that he's missing an elbow and goes for the other one. Or if he does not have any, he just goes on. He doesn't even worry about an elbow pad because he doesn't have one. Definitely glad they fixed this. Now here's a nice touch. For interference in the game, they show the interfering superstar up on the ramp. And as before they run down, this reminds me a lot of what they're doing for SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, showing the wrestler come out, but in this case it's just a little screen of it. And continuing the SmackDown tradition, we have more backstage brawling. Set up this Falls Count Anywhere's match between Jericho and Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn is actually an unlockable. I've been playing through the story mode, which we'll talk about later, and unlocked him. What's cool about this year's game, you can actually just run into objects, and the environment and objects will come out. As you can see, they're using the arrow system again, like they did in SmackDown 2. A lot of weapons are just all over the floor. You can pick up and use. One to Commissioner Regal's office. Make everything fall on the floor. You can pretty much beat anyone with any object. You just want to hit them with the flags. Little decorations. They also have a boiler room. You can go in there. Just trying to give you guys a flavor of the brawling. I can't go through every single room. It takes too long. As you saw in my SmackDown 2 review, it was 6 parts long. Now you can get into an actual vehicle and drive around. Again, just like all the other games, it doesn't really do anything. I hit into them, but nothing earth-shattering. And then there's the forklift from the second game that you can also get into. Doesn't want to let me there, but there we go. Big parking lot this year. Much bigger than the last 2 years. I would say our best new match type in this game was 3 Stages of Hell. You can actually just pick 3 otherwise separate matches and have your 2 people compete in best out of 3 series. That's different areas. And I'm on my way to WWF New York. They were smart about it in this game. You actually have to, go across the street, across town to get there. It's not like SmackDown 2 was like connected to the arena, which made no sense. So kudos to THQ for making it more realistic like that. And see, there's a problem just like the other games. You don't mean to go back where you came, but fighting it happens inadvertently. Just one of the problem with the arrows. Using those for matches. There's the front of WWF New York. And hitting me with that. That's what I get for giving him more finishers than he needed for this demonstration. And here's the inside. It's much more like what WWF New York looked like than in SmackDown 2. Just a minute, you'll see a new thing you can do with chairs. You can actually sit in the chair. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but it's pretty funny. Jericho just sat in it. There's Moppy on the ground too. Perry Saturn's Moppy. And here's another dressing room. It's the APA door. Bradshaw and Farouk. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's the problem with the ref. It gets in the way a lot, as it does, in the newer games. This game much more so. And if you hit the ref, you get disqualified. Not in this match, but all the others, it can be a real problem. Definitely, Backstage Brawl in this game is just as fun as it always is. Lots of rooms to explore and fight in. Still throw objects. Much better Walls of Jericho this year. This is the end of part 2. The review for SmackDown Just Bring It will be continued, part 3.